The Toronto Blue Jays have hit rock bottom. It's official now. After overcoming a five-run deficit in today's game, they made it 11-9 in the later portion of that game. And then Jordan Romano happened late in the bottom of the ninth. The Blue Jays lost three in a row now against the Detroit Tigers. They're heading off to face the Chicago White Sox tomorrow, I believe. And this is rock bottom, Nick. This is it. So we'll break that down and much more in this episode of Jays Digest. What's up, Jays fans? I'm your host, Peter Vryonis, alongside host Nick Gosse. Back after a couple of days off here, but Nick, this is rock bottom. This team is really starting to frustrate the fan base, and if you weren't frustrated already, I'm sure today really helped you in getting frustrated about this current group of players. And I don't know. They just can't seem to do anything right. And that's where I'm at with this team right now. When one thing starts to click, when the offense has a really nice day, the bullpen goes ahead and gives up nine earned runs. And it's just been a carousel of problems that has lasted the entire season for the Toronto Blue Jays. When the hitting is going well, the pitching goes to you know what. When the pitching is doing well, the hitting is nowhere to be found. Nothing ever clicks at the same time with this group. And that was evident again here today, Nick. And if this was a sign that big changes may be on the horizon here for the Blue Jays, I think we're really headed in that direction. I'm at a loss for words, truly, for what we saw today against the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, it's at the point now where I try to stay semi-optimistic. I'm not saying all hope is gone, but today was just the biggest. Every time you think the Jays have hit rock bottom, they find a way to go even lower, and just an absolutely wild game. And what you said was very true. The Blue Jays, if their offense is going great, their pitching goes horrible. If their pitching is going good, the offense can find anything. And you look at the pitching today, and I'm going to give Yusei Kikuchi a pass just because of how good he's been all season. The bullpen gave up 9 earned runs. Jordan Romano's had a really bad year. Jimmy Garcia coming in, he's one of the best, if not the best reliever, one of the best, Class A is probably the best relievers in baseball so far this season. Gives up 2 runs on a couple of blue hits and then a single. Trevor Richards, 3 runs. They scored 11 runs, their most of the year, and they lose the game. And I don't even know what to say. I am at a loss for words as well. Changes are definitely going to be coming, but how does this even remotely happen? I have no idea. And quite frankly, the Jays bullpen has been statistically one of the worst in baseball.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you how it happens. It's the team's not as good as we think it is, and that's been proving itself time and time again. I'm done taking the optimistic route with this group. I just can't anymore. I look foolish every single time that I back them up because they go ahead and they just prove me wrong time and time and time again. They're just not what we think that they are. And Eric Swanson had an okay outing, but every single reliever that came in besides him gave up earned runs. And it's just unacceptable. It's unacceptable. We can't keep giving these guys passes for sucking. I mean, that's not what pro sports is all about. You got to get the job done. You get paid big bucks to get the job done. And a lot of guys on the offensive side of things had a great day today. You should not score 11 runs and lose a ball game. There's no way. And there were some boneheaded mistakes that maybe cost the Blue Jays a couple more runs. But this was not on the offense whatsoever. The bullpen was just terrible yet again, and that's been a problem all year long. And that was one of the major selling points of this group is how good this bullpen is and how dominant they are. They don't need Jordan Hicks. He's not that good. The bullpen is fine without Jordan Hicks. No one in that bullpen besides Jimmy Garcia has a positive wins above replacement number this year. And they've all pitched a significant amount of innings for this team. Zach Pop's been bad. Trevor Richards has been okay in spurts. Eric Swanson, really bad start to the season. He's starting to come around though. And Jordan Romano, he's got an ERA over 5, and he's your closer. And you play a lot of close ball games. It's not like you blow teams out and you don't really need your closer. Romano has to be shut down for this team, and he's been anything but that. So it's just disappointing. And like we've both been saying all year long, nothing ever works at the same time. And this is rock bottom. This was the soft spot of the soft spot of the schedule that we were talking about. And You just lose 3 out of 4 against Detroit. You're 3-4 against those so-called weaker teams. Maybe you're the weak team in that bunch because you should be able to beat them if you're that much better than them statistically.
I mean, the Jays are worse now record-wise than the Detroit Tigers. And not
There you
only
go.
that, they said it in the pregame show. If the Jays win this game, they would have finished 2-2 against the Tigers, which is not good, but it's you can live with that to a degree. Not live with it, but it wouldn't be completely horrible. 1-3 against the Detroit Tigers when your offense scores 11 runs is
Without Tarek Skubal, by the way.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say at this point. Obviously, it's just it makes no sense to me. And you think of the offense, it's been Dan Shulman just said it 1 run or 2 runs, whatever the order is, 1 run, 2 runs, and then it's 9 runs, and today it's 11 runs. But it doesn't matter because anytime the offense plays well, the pitching's terrible. Anytime the pitching plays or does well, the offense is terrible. The bullpen's been bad the whole year, and yeah, they're missing Chad Green, but that doesn't really change much. Jordan Romano's been bad. Jimmy Garcia has been elite. Everyone else is, like you mentioned it, like no one has been. The only players who have really been performing up to their standards lately is, aside in the hitting department, is Danny Jansen and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and a few of the other guys as well. But I don't know. The starting pitching has been okay as well. But then, like, in theory, we should be a way better team than we are. But I think at this point, they just aren't. I think at this point, at this very moment, they are just bad.
Yeah, they are bad. They're a bad team, and they play in the toughest division in baseball. It's a very like big hole to climb out of. The Yankees are 37-17. The Jays are 5 games under 500. Levels to this. That's why the Yankees are a World Series contender. That's why the Blue Jays probably aren't going to make the playoffs this year. Their playoff percentage or their playoff probability is below 15% now after today's loss. It's not very good. That's not the odds are not in your favor if you're the Blue Jays. If I'm Ross Atkins, tomorrow I'm calling up Elvis Martinez. I'm calling up Addison Barger. I'm calling up Spencer Horwitz. I'm DFAing Daniel Vogelbach. I'm sending down who I need to send down in order to make those roster moves work, and I'm letting the kids play. Enough is enough now. Like, what more do you need to see out of Justin Turner, out of Daniel Vogelbach, out of Kevin Kiermaier, uh, Ernie Clement? What more do you need to see out of these guys to show that, yeah, maybe they're not a part of the solution that you thought that they would be? And you're just blocking your prospects now. Let them play. See what you have in those guys. And what if they bring some lightning to your team? What if they bring some magic to that group? Who knows? But right now, this group that they have in place is not built to be, let alone a World Series contender. It's not built to be a playoff team. And it's just terrible to watch day in, day out. It sucks. It really does suck because we had high hopes for this group and they're not fulfilling those expectations, and it's just getting worse with every passing day. It's not like it's improving. It's not like they're showing signs of turning it around. The bullpen is getting worse. The offense is hot and cold. Like either they're scoring 9 runs or they're getting 1 hit. Like pick a lane here. Pick a lane. What kind of team are you? Are you a defense and pitching team first? Because that's what they claim to be, but a team that's pitched first doesn't give up 14 runs to the struggling offense of the Detroit Tigers. I just don't understand what direction this team is headed in. I don't even know if they have a direction that they're headed in. And heads got to start to roll. Call up your prospects, let them play. And this season is pretty much as good as done the way that it's gone.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if changes happen soon. The most obvious ones would be Ernie Clement, and then from there we see what else happens. So that'll wrap it up. Let us know what your thoughts are on this in the comment section down below. Rock bottom for the Blue Jays, and I wouldn't be surprised if some changes happen soon, whether that's Ross Atkins, whether that's John Schneider, or some other things. But thank you guys for watching. If you want to check out a video from the other day, click on your screen now. We'll see you tomorrow.